Hello guys, we're live here. Midweek update on the commodities, gold, silver, oil, all that good stuff here. Again, welcome to the channel. My name is Casper, aka Use Link. Um, yeah, it's midweek, and we're going to see where we stand with gold, silver, copper, all that good stuff. And as always, like, subscribe, I highly appreciate it. And please give me the comments, good or bad. I enjoy the interactions with you guys here and on Twitter as well, obviously. With that said, let's get straight into business. Silver, excuse me, silver here. I want to remove that one. Okay, silver again. Last week, that's actually a few weeks ago, we had that major scare here. We are back above, and what has caught my eye again, it hasn't been confirmed at all, but still, what has caught my eye would be is that we have the right shoulder, the head, and if that is true, then we have the pitch here for the neckline, and that move right there would be an absolute stunning bullish setup. Fake down here, back in the bullish consolidation with an inverted head and shoulders, and that would target $27 silver very quickly. By the way, that would happen again. I don't know, but I just saw that before I went on, and let's keep it on. It would be nice to see this one if we are right here on that one. So into when we hit November, we should have a clear path of when and if this is going to trigger. Um, but again, let's see. Let's see. Definitely silver is lagging gold. Also, when you look at the gold to silver ratio, you can see that gold is definitely the much better play for now. So yeah, gold here still looking bullish. I have that take that if we consolidate or make a good decent base over like a week above 2K, that I think that the odds of getting below 2K is very slim. That's just my weird way of thinking. Because when and if we can get above the 2K, if we can somehow stay up here above 2K, then we're going to tag the all-time highs for the fourth time, and we will probably break it there. There will be tons of jittering at that point because it's such a major level to take out. So there will be tons of bears fighting for it, and it will just be there will be a lot of volatility, but I think it will break. Again, long term here, this is a bullish chart all over. There's tons of formations here that looks very bullish. Major inverted head and shoulders, scare here, back into the wedge, and we're above now fighting the 2K level, which is very important, as you can see coming across there. That's why I think if we can get above 2K for like a week, I don't think we'll see below 2K again. Um, Hopefully I'm right, but let's see. Gold to silver ratio. Why is gold doing better than silver right now? You can see it on the gold to silver ratio chart. It's actually a very bullish chart. Uh, which then means that gold is outperforming silver, and you want it to be the other way around. I'll go to the daily for you. Again, we had a major. That was actually I was very excited here again when we started to break down. Major snapback all the way up, breaking out of the blue and from the long-term red trend line here. And what is happening ever since? The textbook breakout, retest, resumption. What we don't want to see really is that high to get taken out. The breakout high at roughly 87.8. Hopefully, this is just a retrace or retest, and then we can't make a higher high, and then we start to collapse. That's the ideal scenario for gold and silver. But right now, definitely the most the case with the highest probability is, breakout, retest, resumption. Again, if that happens, not only will gold and silver uh, get hurt, well, not get hurt, but gold will outperform, and that's typically not where you want to be. But the overall markets will definitely also be in pain because this is very often an indicator of a very illiquid market if that happens. So let's keep that in mind. Okay, quickly, our beloved or hated the dollar, depending on where you are. The dollar is still in bullish mode. We can't seem to get decently below that 105.5 uh, level on the DXY. Major surge blue bullish setup right there, and we are now breaking out. So the dollar looks very strong still. As you can see here, if this with no bias, that is a bullish setup right there. Again, do I think it will go higher again? It points to a lot higher dollar, really, but yeah, let's see what happens with the beloved dollar. Again, if that happens, gold and silver will definitely not do what we just looked at before. So at least that would surprise me insanely. But yeah, the 10-year, again, we are at nosebleed levels. We are roughly at 5% at the moment. I think we can go as high as, you can see here, 5.3, give or take, because then we're at the highs here just before the 2008 collapse. The good thing, or at least not, it's not a good thing, but we now have, in my view, a well-defined bearish rising wedge, which could mean some sort of an overshoot and then we came down. These are typically very bearish, but again, we can see some very hockey stick moves here at the end at the nosebleed levels. But let's see, it's well defined now, and yeah, let's see where we go. I can see that I think it's the 30-year that is up. I think no, the 10-year here was up 2% today. That's a big move. That's a big move. Our beloved oil, which is related to the energy sector, tons of bulls and bears fighting here at this moment in time. We have this very angled neckline here for that head and shoulders, which we pierced and then we went back above again. We also have, the longer term inverted head and shoulders, which is a bullish take, which we are now above again. So you can see here the levels right here at close to 83, 84, 82 is very important, and there will be a fight here nonetheless. My bias is down. I still think that this move here, as we discussed, and then we will go all the way down here, is probably the highest likely probability. But again, until we get that confirmation, we don't know exactly what's going to happen. We have a trend line there, which becomes very important now to get back above, take out the trend line and this horizontal white trend line support and resistance zone. Then I don't think we'll see that full retrace down to here. But if we start to roll over, then that's probably where we're going. That's probably my case for oil. But let's see. Very tricky to guess these. We have had the false breakdown here now, so maybe we just start to take it out. Tough to say. Palladium, very shortly. Nothing new to say. Again, I think people are way too short on Palladium, and I don't understand why, because it has dropped down 70%. So why would it be short now at the end of a move in a bullish wedge here? Again, I think this will spike big time when people needs to cover again. But until we break out, obviously that's just my bias, I guess. But I think people will get surprised by the move here in our beloved Palladium. Long term, you can see here support, parallel channel support. This node right here, roughly we talked about 1150. We went obviously a bit lower here, but still 1150, that zone range is just where I think we will find the bottom, and then we'll shoot higher with a big short squeeze on Palladium. Again, that's my take, but hopefully it will come to fruition here very soon. Okay, platinum, however, having a decent day here, 2.4%. But overall, I would become mildly bullish when we take out that long-term golden trend line Y. Let me zoom out just to show you why it's important. It goes back to the 2008 highs all the way down here. So a lot of jittering here back and forth. And now we are, right here. That's the long-term golden. So if we can get above there, I'm like, all right, we have now taken a massive leap. But I still think I want to get above the 1K level, because then I think taking that one out is a major milestone for platinum. I will show you, however, in the short term here, this is still a what? That's a bear flag. And so yeah, platinum really needs to prove itself here. But for now, the bias is down. We're in a bear flag still, and the trend here is down as well. If this triggers, it could again, we have this lower golden trend line. We could actually go way deeper for platinum. So let's see what happens again. Right now, it's just, for me, it's bearish, but we have our levels. 950 is the first level to get above, and then 1K. Here we have the copper, our beloved copper. Let me just adjust my seating again. My bias is bearish. Why? Because we broke down from that major, what is that, 2-year long squeeze. We're below here. We want to see it bounce here and get back above. But for now, the lows are still holding. We have a green week. Again, it doesn't mean anything at this point in time because we cannot turn bullish until we get back above the 30 weekly and the golden trend line for this to be a major false breakdown to the downside. Then we're bullish. So let's get, if we're getting back above 3.8, 3.9, very bullish. For now, the bias has to be down to the downside for copper. Unless someone is seeing something that I clearly don't. But still, this to me will always be a bearish take on copper until proven otherwise. That's just my honest opinion, really. Nat gas, I want to show you some technicals. You see here, that was the gold. We had 2 major weeks, and then we actually reversed here, a bit of a fake out, and now we come all the way down to the cluster highs here, and we're getting a bounce. Beautiful. A bit of a warning here. You could say that this is a bearish channel right there. So again, a wall of worry here for the nat gas. But again, I still think, as mentioned many times before in the videos, that I think we're going into the winter here in Europe, and I think nat gas will do decently well in this day and age as well. So it is what it is. What is this? That's TTF. That's the European gas. Still, we have had the major. This is the breakout into stage 2, retesting of 30 weekly, and now we're back above. So we are in a long-term weekly bullish uptrend for the European nat gas, the European gas. That long-term trend line was the lows. We looked at it. We had it in on the chart before we reached it, and we had 2 W there, and now we're higher. Nat gas is bullish all over until proven otherwise. What is this? That's coal. Again, coal is it still doesn't look bullish at all. Actually, the trend is way down. However, we have this white long-term support right here, going back to 2011, mentioned many times. Zooming in here, if we can take out the blue, very angled neckline. You don't want to have them this angled. You want to have them horizontally or just like 5 degrees, maybe 10 degrees. But this is more like 30. So that is your very skewed inverted head and shoulders. So if we can get back above here again, I think we could be in for a push here and then make a major low, but that's just in the future. So if we can get back above there, obviously, then coal will do very well here over the winter. Yeah, but let's see what happens here. Bitcoin has done very well, and we looked at the triangle here. That was just where we said, all right, if we start to come down here, it's going to come down hard. And the bulls need to regain that golden trend line up from up here, all the way down. And ultimately, the $31K level. And clearly, we broke out, and now we just spiked higher. So this inverted head and shoulders points to 42.6K. We've had it in here for like, I don't know, half a year. And it's definitely looking like that formation points to the 42.6 will be hit. So yeah, but let's see what happens for Bitcoin. It's definitely, there's a lot of hype going on with the BlackRock ETF. And I just want to remind you that this move here was based, well, not purely, but a lot on hype on the futures ETF getting released. And it got released right here. And 1 week or 2 weeks later, it peaked out, and the rest is history. So is this the same? That this is just one big bearish channel here, and then we get the release of the BlackRock ETF, and then we go down? I don't know, but again, I'm definitely having that thing in mind that this was sell the news event. Will this be the same? I don't know. Just letting you know. All right, our favorite sector, the uranium spot price. I want to delete all this good stuff here again. We are still at the Fukushima high. And this is a point in time where I'm very interested to see, again, there are multiple ways to be looking at it here. I still think that we can have a major retest down to the 62. which means this neckline here gets confirmed, hopefully, and then we go higher again. I'm perfectly fine with that, waiting like into like a few months and then we go higher. But again, it's a tiny market, and if we can take out this high over here, you will see some spiky price action in the uranium. But again, we are somewhat stretched to the 30 weekly. But yeah, this is such a major psychology level here to get above, that we could see some very spiky action. And I know this one only goes back 2007, but the move up to here was also very spiky. So yeah, let's see. But very interesting, just very, very bullish uranium prices here at, now it's at 70, 73. And yeah, we will see if we get some bullish consolidation here before we go higher, or we just rip it here. I want to show you this one here, is that the overall head and shoulders formation right here points to $240 per pound uranium. Wouldn't that be lovely? Maybe with an overshooting, but still, if that happens, I will be very glad. Okay, sugar, still very bullish. I actually saw a tweet somewhere that sugar is one of the better, not the best, but a very high performer this year, up like, I have no idea, but it was very high. Where are we? 43 roughly here. So we are up 50% on sugar, something as boring as sugar, and it just looks very, very strong still. And we are now trying to take out that high there after we broke out from this bull flag all the way to the top, retest, resumption. The bull flag points to this move, this top up here at roughly 34, which coincides with the highs from the triangle here, more give or take. So that will be a massive high up here. Sugar looking fine. Again, I have this saying that sugar and silver long term are very correlated to each other, and that hasn't changed at all. So if you want to see that move for sugar, then silver should follow, not day to day or week to week, but the overall trend should be. Soybeans again here, I'm watching these two to be very similar. I want to show you that this was for now, a false breakdown. And if we can break above the 30 weekly and the golden right there, then we're bullish. Until then, we're not bullish at all. Then I still think this is the exact same setup that we have here. Also, the 30 week is moving down. So in my view, long term, you cannot be bullish here. So you want to wait for that breakout. Nickel, I saw this here this day. You know, what the hell is this? Is it a glitch or what? But still, nickel cannot catch a bit at all, and just keeps, you know, grinding down. And if we can take out that dotted trend line right here, then maybe we have a pop in price. But for now, it's just no one is interested in nickel. But again, if this is the low and this glitch, as they say, and we start to go higher, I will say that that's not a glitch. That's something behind the scenes going on. That's just my take. Silver against the empty money supply, a very, very important ratio to look at every week, in my view. Look at it here. The long-term golden trend line, boom, coming down. Zooming in on the more recent price action, this is bullish, guys, expanding megaphone pattern here. If we can break out to the upside, silver will be outperforming the M2 money supply, which is exactly where we want to be. Again, I know the M2 money supply is very low now, but still, it doesn't matter. If we can get out here, then beautiful. Same for gold. Actually, gold is looking way better in this ratio. Again, you have the golden coming down here. Let's zoom in on the good stuff. Look at it, guys. That's a beautiful, beautiful breakout of the blue bull flag above the golden trend line. Stunningly. Now we want to stay here, and then we want to leap higher. Again, if that happens, that's when gold will reach the all-time highs and above, and away we go. So yeah, that's my take. That's all I had for here for this moment in time. And yeah, I'm very intrigued by gold. What will happen? Again, let's watch this possible price action here. I will be very thrilled or satisfied if this is actually exactly what we're going to see. Often it is not, but still, let's have it in here. Again, we can follow it and celebrate if this will be the case. Have a great one, guys. Again, I highly appreciate everyone joining in every single day, more or less. But yeah, we will see you in the next one, guys. Cheers.